My name is Dan Fick, and my organizational culture project was on the Albion College men's track and field team. Name of the organization, products, and services that it provides are the track and field organization gives four main products: scholar athletes, community service, graduates, and championships. In the history of the program, scholar athletes were the staple of the organization, with the track team saying that you are a student athlete, meaning student comes before athlete. So it's stressed every single year, every single day, that your classroom eligibility needs to be taken care of before you can actually take care of anything on the track. Community service, the Albion College track and field team is one of the top teams on campus to do community service. They do a clinic in the fall for kids that come in and will do different activities or games that will actually develop them as a track and field athlete without them really noticing or without it being too strenuous on them. And that's in the fall. When the track and field team comes back for the spring semester each year, they have a meeting saying, we're having a Christmas carnival for the kids. You need to at least sign up and work for an hour at a different event on that day. So an athlete would either help some of the kids walk around and get to every single game, or different activity that is set up for them during the carnival, which isn't really centered around any sort of sport. It's more sort of Christmas themed activities for the kids to come enjoy. In Florida on their spring break trip, they do a outreach and work for the high school that lets them compete at every single practice, every single day of the week that they're down there, which goes on to the traditions, which I'll get to later. Graduates, the team really focuses on your classroom achievements as much or even more so than your track and field experience. It wants you to graduate within the 4 years, 5 if necessary. Championships, something that the Albion College men's track and field team has, I believe, off the top of my head, I think 32 team championships that obviously it knows what it's doing and is going to stick to what it knows. The mission and goal of the organization. The mission is for the Albion College track and field teams to make its student athletes better in the classroom, the community, and on the track. Only after the first two are taken care of can the track part come and be successful. Lance Coleman, the head coach, drills in each athlete that class comes first. You need to be going to class, you need to be doing your homework on time, and you need to be talking with your professors, getting them to like you and also to know you, being a small liberal arts college. Without the classroom and the community aspect of it, the track team wouldn't be nearly as success as it is today. History and tradition of the track and field team. The track and field team, men's team at least, has 32 MIAA team championships, 33 NCAA All-Americans, 7 NCAA national champions, 19 MIAA MVPs, 6 MIAA track and field records, might be 7 with one broken this year by Justin Meredith in the 200, still waiting for that to come back. So possibly 7 MIAA track and field records. 54 Albion College Hall of Fame members, 1 Olympic champion. Not many track teams, Division III or beyond, can say that it has at one point or another an Olympic athlete, let alone an Olympic champion. Just goes to show how if you work hard enough as an athlete here, you can actually go on to many bigger and better things, not to have any lesser or minority against any sport here. The first year was in 1888. That may be one of the oldest sports here. I believe it is. I could be wrong. It might be one of the top 2. The spring break trip to Panama City Beach and again, the practice at the high school there has been going on for 39 years, well past what Lance Coleman has been coaching for and was actually immersed into when he became a coach, that because he was an athlete here and went through the system, that he wanted to keep aspects the same as when he was here because of how much fun and how much of a benefit it gave them. Oysters at spring break, the team pays for incoming freshmen and older upperclassmen to come back and try oysters down in Florida that are freshly cracked and actually very delicious, and a very, very nice restaurant down there by some of the friends that Dave Eggentuck, an assistant coach, used to be head coach, knows. Putt-putt at spring break gives the team an activity to do that they can bond as a team and really get to know each other, not even on a track basis, but just a personal basis that makes the team, gives the team such a camaraderie that it knows every single athlete on the team, not necessarily just in your specific group. The formal organizational chart, Lance Coleman, as said before, is the head coach, used to be athlete, by Dave Eggentuck. Dave Eggentuck, Coach Stallworth, and Coach Hayden are all assistant coaches and have direct contact from Lance. They're kind of like equals, so like Lance doesn't belittle any of the assistant coaches. And with that being said, if an assistant coach asks you to do something, it is just as important as it would have been if asked by the head coach. Team and specialty leaders, captains, they are given a title, but through interviews, I've come to learn that just because they are a captain doesn't mean that they have any more significance or power than any individual athlete, whether that is a freshman who is just starting, that was a soccer player, or a fifth-year senior who's been on the team for 5 seasons. And then the team as a whole, this isn't to be confused with if a captain asks you to do something that you don't have to do it. It means that they are, in a way, in a leadership position by doing things correctly, by kind of being a role model and leading by example. But at the same time, nobody on the team is really thought to be any lesser or greater than another. But when conducting the interviews, what I found out was anybody, freshman to fifth-year senior, can either talk to the team captains or the assistant coaches or even the head coach about anything that they wanted to, about a meet that they can't go to because they have class, about, hey, I'm in a little bit of trouble, can I at least talk to you to see what my options are? The team really has no problem talking about things that will help them on and off the track. Story of the organization or its founders. Albion College was one of the 3 schools that started the MIAA with Michigan State and Calvin. Calvin, who is still in the MIAA. Michigan State, obviously, is at the Big Ten Conference. Now is the Division I. But it gives a rich culture of giving back once graduated and alumni from Albion, both to the school and to the track and field program itself. I know that Lance Coleman talked about money that was given to him from alumni, from people that he went to school with or even older, that he was supposed to use just for the spring break trip, oysters, and team activities down on the spring break trip, because this team has given every athlete a chance to do something that they couldn't otherwise do without Albion. So they feel very blessed and very special, so they want to give back to the kids who are competing now. Artifacts. During my interviews, I found out that 4 of the consistent artifacts that came up were a laid-back attitude about the organization. As an athlete, everybody didn't feel like coming to practice every day was a high-maintenance thing. They felt like they could come to practice when they could, when it didn't conflict with classes. So if you had a class that goes till 5 or 4:30 and practice started at 4, you can come in late to practice, get what you need to do done, and move on from there. Accountability for yourself. On the track team, during the interviews, I found that you are accountable for yourself, meaning nobody's going to baby you and make sure that you have your equipment packed away for the upcoming competition. You, as the athlete and an adult here on campus, are not babied by captains, coaches, or other members of the same group. They want you to be able to do what you need to do, get your stuff done, and be accountable for it. Accountability as a team.